Appropriate care and maintenance of X-ray equipment is an important part of the service the facility provides to patients. Medical facilities need to take a proactive approach to maintaining imaging equipment to ensure proper operation. Part of that maintenance involves having your X-ray machine calibrated. What's up guys, this is John from Care for Life, a medical equipment distributor based in Metro Manila. Proper X-ray calibration is one of the things the Philippine Food and Drug Administration requires when processing the license to operate of medical X-ray facilities. Proof of this test is strictly needed to ensure the safety and quality of the equipment for efficient patient diagnosis. So in this video, I'll show you everything you need to know to ensure your machine's accuracy with these checks. This is X-ray Calibration 101. X-rays are a type of radiation emitted in the form of electromagnetic waves and are known to have an adverse effect on living organisms due to their ionizing characteristics. Proper calibration and quality control of X-ray equipment is very important. What is X-ray calibration? An X-ray calibration service, simply put, measures the accuracy of your X-ray equipment. Meticulous checks are done to test whether the mechanical installation is correct and to see if the electrical components of the unit are working properly. X-ray calibration is one of the requirements in obtaining the FDA's license to operate a medical X-ray facility. Are X-ray calibrations really necessary? Apart from being required by the FDA for first-time and renewal applicants, it's important that you don't forgo proper calibration of your unit. It is through this test that you see that your equipment is performing at its peak. Furthermore, by showing potential issues with your unit prior to your facility's operation, X-ray calibrations help you address safety hazards efficiently. If your X-ray calibration service is not done properly by your provider, your device might show inaccurate results and ultimately expose the operators and patients to more radiation. With a machine that's properly calibrated, you can rest assured you're offering the best quality service for your patients. What happens during calibration? X-ray calibration involves a number of rigorous tests for the calibration report. The FDA requires details on the following. Number 1. Mechanical checks. A. Collimator assessment. Improper collimator beam and X-ray tube alignment will distort radiographic images. To verify the proper alignment of the collimator beam towards both the table Bucky and Bucky stand or VCH, there are 3 checks to be performed. Alignment. The total misalignment shall be within ±2% of SID. Each side shall be within ±1% of SID. The misalignment between the X-ray field and image receptor shall be within ±1% of the SID. Perpendicularity. The X-ray beam perpendicularity shall be within 1.5 degrees. Centering. The center of the X-ray beam and the center of the indicator light beam to the center of the image receptor. Number 2. Generator checks. A. Overload circuit protection. During X-ray calibration, the overload circuit protection is checked to see if it's present and functioning properly. B. kVp accuracy. The peak voltage in kilovolt or kVp is checked to test the radiation quality. A lower kVp means the X-ray beam will penetrate less, resulting in higher contrast in the final radiograph. Meanwhile, a higher kVp will make the beam penetrate more and produce less contrast. During the calibration, the following standards must be followed. For 100 kVp and below, the actual kVp shall be within ±6% of the set kVp. For 101 kVp and above, the actual kVp shall be within ±6% of the set kVp. C. MA linearity. An increase in MA should also show a linearity proportional increase in X-ray dose measured in microgray or millirad. X-ray calibration service providers will ensure that the overall coefficient of linearity must be less than or equal to 0.1 as required by the FDA. D. Exposure time accuracy. The time accuracy of the radiographic device is also important as the received radiation of the patient increases the more time they are exposed. As per the FDA, the actual time shall be within plus minus 10% of the set time. For exposure time of less than 100 milliseconds, the actual time should be plus minus 20%. What tools are needed for X-ray calibration? To do the aforementioned checks thoroughly, the following devices are used. Number 1. Collimator beam alignment and perpendicularity test tool. 2. KVP and MAS meter. 3. Dosimeter. 4. Exposure time meter. 5. Caliper. To be accepted by the FDA when you process your LTO, your X-ray calibration report should note the test tools used, including the model, manufacturer, serial numbers, and the date of calibration of said tools. Where can you get your X-ray unit calibrated? While the FDA doesn't provide accreditation for X-ray calibration service providers, they only approve LTO applications whose calibration reports contain precise data. Your report must contain correct computations and details of the calibration test tools. To prove the test validity, the FDA will also be requiring photo evidence of the tests performed. Considering all this and the fact that the calibration tests are required every time you apply for an LTO renewal, it is important to find a calibration service provider you can trust to give an accurate assessment. Provide accurate service for your patients by having proper X-ray calibration service done regularly. So while you may think that the time and cost it takes to get your machine calibrated is too expensive, in the long run it will turn out to be more costly if not done. Calibrations are very affordable when you consider the cost of a replacement. The proper care and maintenance of your machine will enhance your practice with good quality images, saving you time and money. Well, that's all for today, guys. I hope we have provided you all the information you needed to assure the safety and quality of your radiography systems and to meet the regulations required for your operations. Again, this is John. See you guys soon.